Happy Monday, everybody. This is your favorite body positive coach, and I am excited to be back this week with our discussion. So it's been quite the weekend already. So I am flying solo today. So I'm going to actually share this now, so I am going live, so I can get you guys to join me. But I hope everyone is having a good start to their week. Just so many cool things have been happening, over here. So I'm excited to give some updates. But first, I want to give the first shout out to Prosperity Podcast. So go ahead and like, share, and follow for creating this space for wellness and for healing. So if you're not already following, please follow. Shout out to Destiny Smith and the vision that she has for helping people heal. And so go back and watch, some previous episodes, because I mean, all the guests drop gems, right? And I think at this state in the world, I think we can always say there is not enough. You can never get enough about positivity. So I thank you, Destiny, for the opportunity. And I'm so glad we connected. We were on a panel last year and stayed in touch. So I'm, grateful for this opportunity. So I am back just here every the last Monday of every month. And I'm gonna obviously have either a guest or myself, and we are going to talk about body confidence in some capacity. So, for those of you who don't already follow 79 Rose, I'll introduce myself. I'm Latoya Rosoff, owner of 79 Rose Boutique. I started 79 Rose almost 10 years ago because I wanted to create an avenue for curvy women to have affordable and fashionable clothing. So we've come a long way. I think when I started, there was just like Lane Bryant, and there's a few stores called Catherine's, and again, there wasn't a lot of affordable, fashionable clothes for curvy girls. And so I started it, had a really good journey. I was able to help in the local market here in Kansas City. I was able to help spearhead inclusivity with like local fashion shows. And I wanted to always, the mission was one to promote body positivity, and the second one is really to show body diversity. The average woman, and these numbers continue to change, but when I started, the average woman was a size 12. And now currently the average woman is a size 14, averaging about 180 pounds. Like that's the average. That's like what 1 in 4. And still we have problems with getting these beautiful women dressed. And so one thing that I learned through my journey through with fashion is that fashion can only take a person only so far if that person is at war with themselves, right? You can have the most beautiful dress on, the most beautiful suit. I mean, the thing about any outfit that is what we call like amazing or bad, right? Hair done, face beat. But if don't feel good about yourself internally, you will never have the confidence that you need to show up like you need to. So I rolled out an initiative recently called Pretty at Any Size. And it is my mission to empower women to take back their confidence, to have confidence without conditions. And it is my mission to empower them to love their bodies through every journey that your body goes through, right? Our bodies grow, our bodies change, and kind of depending on what you have going on at any moment in life, your body could be, there's just ebbs and flows with our weight and just all kind of things. And I want women to be empowered to show up no matter what is going on. And I do must say, this is a disclaimer, I'm not saying you should be unhealthy because it's always about health. But again, it's rewiring the brain that health is going to look different for different body types. And we'll get through that in one of our segments. Healthy looks different for different body types, right? And also, being thin is also not a measure of beauty our health. So those are kind of the pillars of pretty at any size again, confidence without conditions, and really empowering women to you create your own beauty standard. Each of us are our own beauty standard because that's just how and if you believe, if you're a person of faith, that is just how God made us. So whatever you believe in, you are your own beauty standards. If that's anything you take away tonight, is that you are on your own beauty standard. And the second piece is that, when we compare ourselves to societal standards of beauty, it's a never ending goal because that goalpost is always shifting. So think about beauty throughout the years and the different things that has impacted beauty, right? And so if that's your standard, again, you will always be on the hamster wheel. So I'm here to tell you that you are pretty at any size. And pretty is a very subjective term, but pretty meaning you are fine and you're perfect. We're at whatever part of the journey that you are in life right now. So if you follow 79 Rows for any, I'm gonna come out phone, make sure I'm stay on track. If you follow 79 Rows for any amount of time, you know that last year I rolled out a one of the resources that we have is a called Positive Body Talk Journal. And each Monday night, I get to come and I read an excerpt affirmation of the week. And I do it Mondays on purpose because Monday is kind of the start of the work week. And so I want to leave give you some positivity for your week. We get hit with so many things and so many messages that tell us that your body is a project and your body needs to change. And I'm here to tell you that your body is not a project that needs to always be changing, always, be a product that is working on. But I'm here to tell you that you can love your body. Again, you're going to hear the same message. Every time you log on, you're going to hear the same message because it's literally, I want to rewire your brain on how you see yourself. And so, all that to say, I have a journal and I don't know why that just happened. Sorry. I clicked on something wrong on my computer. And so I read an affirmation a week and we talk about it. So we are on day 16 and it reads, I am not defined by others' opinions about my body. I define my own. I'm going to repeat that. I am not defined by others' opinions about my body. I define my own. And this is really crucial because we live in an era, in a time or a time, however you want to say that, where people have a lot of audacity and they love to give unsolicited comments and feedback about you, and especially about a woman's body. And I'm just at awe in a negative way about how people feel so empowered to say negative things about strangers, right? I guess why I gotta stay out the comments, about like people just recently I did two PSAs on the backlash that Ashanti had about her body, and then one about the Queen Bee Beyonce when they had a picture of her a few months ago, and the internet went crazy about Beyonce. And I was like, the audacity of you to feel comfortable talking about someone else's body. It's just crazy to me that people feel so comfortable. So, and then I want to take that another notch when you think about even like family and friends. And I really think family and friends comments are most of the time, I would say most of the time, they're very well meaning, right? Like, oh, you picked up a little weight, or blah, 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 you lost too much weight, or whatever it is. I honestly think that these comments are coming from a good place of concern, right? But again, depending on how the message is um, given, it could be offensive, right? And so I just want you to know that you should be empowered, and we're gonna talk about this in another session, about to set boundaries about you will and won't, what you will and will not tolerate when it comes to comments about your body. First off, I want you to think about comments about yourself, right? Let's start there. Your inner critic, right? Your inner critic is that voice in your head that's telling you blah 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 blah. Kind of think of like that Charlie Brown. It's this negative, and so it's really important for us to be able to dismantle. I call them myths, or the negativity that the inner critic gives to you, provides to you. The inner critic is one when you get dressed. It's like, oh, I don't want to show my arms or show my legs, right? That is the thing in your ear that's telling you you look bad for whatever reason. And so it's really important that and that's why affirmations are important, because it helps you rewire your brain and dismantle these myths that you hear. So going back to us, to our affirmation, I'm not defined by others' opinions about my body. I define my own. It's very important that you have the confidence in yourself and your own body. So when you do get these unsolicited comments, sometimes maybe it's solicited, comments. But when you get these comments about your body that are not accurate, or they make you feel some type of way, you're confident enough to set boundaries. Easy boundary is, you know what? My body is off. My body is not the topic that I want to talk about today. Let's talk about X. Let me tell you something else I've been doing. Right? Clear, cut, easy boundary. And you have to be forceful, right? Because some people will be like, when you match energy for energy, the people are like, "What? I can't believe you acting like this." And it's like, I don't owe you anything. I don't want to talk about my body. I don't want to talk about my weight gain or whatever that you have going on. Be empowered to say that, right? And remember, others people opinions do not define who you are. So that's just the first thing when you think about this week's affirmation is listen to your inner critic and being able to dismantle whatever myth that critic has told you about yourself. It's really in a so I there is a kind of like an exercise that I want you to do this week. This is going to be your homework for the week. So I want you to list kind of 3 definitions that you've accepted from others. And that could be you asking for some feedback, or somebody telling you, you too short, or too whatever to wear X, Y, or Z, or you need to gain a little weight, or you need to lose a little weight, or you need to eat this or eat that, right? And so I want you to think about 3 things that you have been told. It could be from childhood, it could be in the last month, it could be over the last 30 days, or whatever that is. Write down 3 different definitions that you have accepted from others, right? Because sometimes when you keep hearing things, like we start internalizing. That's why it's so important to rewire your brain with positivity. So once you get your 3 definitions, I want you to say each one, is this a fact about me? Or is it someone else's projection on me? Because remember, we live in a time where people are empowered to have so much audacity to give unsolicited or solicited comments or feedback on what they think you should be doing or how you should look. So once you get your 3 definitions of what's accepted about you, and it might not even be about your body, it could be about you as a human, right? You're not this, you're not that, or you should be doing this, or you should be doing that, right? And I want you to go back through each one. Just pick 3 because we need to take a whole list. And I want you to say, is this a fact about me? Or is it someone else's projection on me? Don't overthink it. First thing comes to mind when you say fact or projection, right? And then I want you to cross them out with the truth. And I want you to marinate on that for a minute. Cross them out with the truth, right? And there's a reason why I want you to write it down. Because when you write things down and you repeat it out loud, it gets etched in your brain. So that's the so we'll get to next steps. So I want you to write out 3 truths about yourself. So if someone says, let's just say, um, someone says, "Hey, I'm just saying I'm short, right? I'm short. I'm short, and you should never wear um pants. You should never wear high waist pants." I'm making this up, right? So I know for myself, I like high waist pants because of how they make me feel and the comfort that comes from wearing high waisted pants, right? So I'm gonna cross out that short girls shouldn't wear high waist pants. I'm just gonna go ahead and cross that out right now, right? And I'm gonna wear. My truth is, I like high waist pants because they make me feel comfortable for my silhouette. See how easy that was, right? And so you'll get these 3 truths that you will have about that, and then um, and the reason behind that is because each day is going to be a new challenge, right? For you. Each day is going to be new challenge, right? Each day you wake up, there's something called negativity bias. And then this is some research I did when I was creating my journal. So our brains are naturally wired to think negative because it's more of a safe measure like fight or flight, right? And so that's why it's important. You hear all the gurus say it's important how you center yourself and start your day. And I've been trying to be very intentional about this myself, right? And so, first thing you want to get up in the morning is like, oh, I'm not a morning person. So my brain's like, oh my God, here's the morning, right? And so then I had to rewire my brain, like, ooh, get up and say, get up, have my time, have my reflection, have my devotion, and just say, I'm so grateful I get to wake up this morning, right? Because that inner critic's already mad and telling me, ooh, duh, 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 duh. And so, right, you have to automatically replace the negativity with something positive. And that's why people tell you in the morning, have your routine to center yourself and start your day off with positivity. Because you're going to keep hearing me say, you have to rewire your brain on so many things. And my mission is to help women rewire their brains and be empowered on how to see themselves. So that's your homework. It's called the opinion audit. You're going to take 3 different opinions and then you're going to audit them and see if they said, is it a fact or is it projection? And then you're going to write in 3 new truths. Because anytime you hear these, because we hear things so much that they become our truth, and when they shouldn't be. So that's why it's important for you to write down your new truths. So when you hear that negativity, you can say, you know what, they told me I can't wear high waisted jeans, but I'm going to wear them because they make me feel good. Redefining yourself based on your terms and not what somebody else tells you. So I also would encourage you. So going back to our affirmation, I am not defined by others' opinions by my body. I define my own. So when you think about defining your own, what does that look like for you? Is that based on you wearing your favorite outfit? Is that based on you having a particular strength? Is that based on your faith, right? So I want you to think about how your confidence is set up. You know, when you think about the things that make you feel good about yourself, remember, we are letting go of others' opinions about ourselves and about our bodies, and we're defining it for ourselves. So, What does that look like for you? Take some time this week when you go through, after you go through those opinions and you create your own truths, right? Take some time this week and start redefining what that looks like, what that looks like for yourself. How does it feel for you to show up confidently, right? Is it wearing your favorite color? Is it memorizing your favorite Bible verse? Is it something that you do well? Those are the things that you should spend more time doing. We have been trained to focus on our opportunities and the things we need to do better. And of course, everybody has something that they could be better at, but we don't spend enough time doing the things that we are strong at and the things that actually make us happy. Through guilt or shame or whatever, sometimes we get caught up in others' opinions about us, and then we look up and we're making decisions based on what others have told us to feel and not how we feel about ourselves. So I want you to think about those things this week. And then I'm going to read the affirmation one last time. And so just, give you some more things to think about. Affirmation this week is, I am not defined by others' opinions about my body. I define my own. And it's really important for you to be defined by your own opinion about yourself and not others, because people are going to always have an opinion about you, but it's really about how you feel about yourself that really matters. So you can access 79 Rows has physical and electronic copies of the Body Positive Journal. We also have a 30-day affirmation card deck. And then I just was able to collaborate for Valentine's Day with Sean Lee. She's an amazing photographer here in Kansas City. And we have a 14-day affirmation card deck. It's Sean's Designs. She's an awesome photographer, her photography pictures, and then there's an affirmation word of the day. And so you have 14 days to empower yourself. They can be wallpapers for your phone, or they could be just the motivation or inspiration you need for in the morning. So I will make sure I'll link that. And there is a very special gift for downloading the deck. It's an awesome girl power playlist that we put together to kind of go through, help you with your reflections. So it's called the Digital Empowerment Kit, and it's really easy. It's only $15, so it's like the cost of a cocktail or two coffees, and you get images that will last you and that you can share. So that's out there too. So again, follow at 79 Rose at 79ROZE for to stay, updated. Shout out to Destiny with Prosperity Podcast. I'm doing amazing things. There's so much. I feel like we're inundated with so much negativity that we forget about the positive things that are going. So be sure to follow Prosperity Podcast. Show her platform some love. She's doing, like, she has this vision to help people heal, and she's doing exactly that. So I appreciate you for the opportunity. Follow 79 Rose, and I will be back next Monday, end of the month, for next month's positive moment. So I hope you guys have the best week. And one thing I want to do is say, limit the news intake. Limit your social media feeds and your news intake, um, just for your limit your news intake just for your own mental health. So, see you guys next